What's up, guys and gals? I'm James from the Great Gambino channel, and today we're going to play Euro Truck Simulator 2 in virtual reality with the Logitech G27 wheel. Make sure you guys stick around till the end of the game where I'm going to give you a lens point of view. Without further ado, let's jump in.
So I really like using this truck because the overhead compartment, it just looks so cool because it's close to my vision and it's in good detail. When things get further away, I know you've heard me say this many times, they become more distorted, and I know you've heard other people say this many times, and they do. So when things are close up like this, it really makes the immersion much better. So that's what I like about this truck here. Has a lot of things like the back area here is pretty close up. There's a lot of things close up to really make you feel like you're locked in. I think it's so much fun to try this type of a game in VR, and I want everyone to know what it's like, especially if you like these kind of games and you play these anyways. It's going to be that much better for you when you try it in VR. I'm probably not going to really be following the rules too much. It's hard to see in the distance, but it's enough where I can drive. And man, does this really feel like I'm driving. It's later in the day right now. It's closer to midnight. Oop. And it's weird having this on. I feel like it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's so bright in here. This is great. I moved from New York. Ooh, hold on. Here we are. Here we are. Alright. What are you doing? Why is it going backwards? I have this set to automatic, so I didn't want to have to deal with shifting while I'm trying to talk to you guys and play this game for the first time, so I just set it to automatic. But I moved from New York to LA about 3 years ago, and we rented a 16-foot truck, my girlfriend and I, and we pulled an SUV on the back of it the entire way from New York to LA. This would have been awesome if I had this beforehand to kind of just practice and learn how to drive a truck. We just gunned it, just went for it. Oh, how do I get it into there? Can I just back up? Maybe in. And I hear all the animals, the cows and everything. It almost scares me a little because I felt like it was something in my house and not in the game. Chickens and whatnot. Alright, so I think I gotta pull up this way. Oh, this is so crazy. You never would have seen me play a game like Euro Truck Simulator, ever. I've never played a game like this. Never had even a slight desire to play a game like this. Like I said, I never had a desire to play a game like this, but now that it's in virtual reality, it adds a whole new dimension of fun to it. I mean, it is really blurry. I think I got this shit this time, though. I'm gonna back up this rig. I'm gonna get her in there. Oh, here we go. Now we got it. I think I'm where I need to be. I think I can hit enter and move on. So I'm gonna stop this for a second, and I'm going to move to the next spot. Back at it. This is the next pickup job, and I got my trucker hat on, by the way. I thought it'd be festive for this. Where do I... Okay, I gotta go this way. Everyone else is sleeping. There's nothing else going on. It's like midnight. I could pop this on, feel like it's still daytime, because I'm not tired yet. And I feel like it's daytime, and I'm still out doing something, having fun. I can only imagine if, my buddy's in New York. I'm here in LA, my buddy's in New York. Logged on, maybe somebody's in my passenger seat. We're hanging out, having a good time, making truck runs. That's what we're doing now, but I mean, who knows what games they're gonna come out with. You could do so many other things with the Rift. Maybe we're flying around space, having some sort of a Star Wars battle, the Millennium Falcon. I mean, who knows? Yeah, this G27 is pretty awesome. I mean, it's got a nice rumble and shake. I turned everything up pretty high, the settings of the wheel, so you might be able to actually hear it making a bunch of noise. I turned the settings in this particular game up so it does have a lot of vibration and shake and force feedback. It feels good. It definitely helps the feeling of presence. Just jamming around, listening to my buddy's music. VR is the real next gen. It is like comparing back during the era when we had Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, and then all of a sudden PlayStation came out and Sega Saturn, and then we got Nintendo 64. It's that kind of a jump all over again, where it's just a complete new way of experiencing this type of media. You know, I have this GPS right in front of my face that's kind of set up with more of an Iron Man style display, and it's popping out in 3D at me, but it's funny because this is so realistic for me that I'm actually depending on the GPS that's hooked onto the dashboard in the distance. You notice the one off to the right, I'm using that one more than I'm using the one in front of my face, even though it's not as clear to see, because this is the Dev Kit 1. I'm not even looking at the one in front of me. Now I'm looking at it because it's much easier to see and I'm mentioning it, but I have been, up until now, relying on the actual GPS. That's how realistic this feels to me. That I'm actually using the parts of the dashboard that I would in real life. Alright, let's take this right. Whoa, 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 whoa. Definitely don't have the sensitivity set perfect, but I just had to jump in and play this thing, and I didn't want to mess around with setting it up right. Hey, I didn't give you permission to pass me, you fuck. Snuggly wuggly in the headset here. By the way, this headset's so heavy. It weighs like 40 fucking pounds. Just kidding. People complain that it looks big and bulky. It's super light. I guess the Dev Kit 2 is a little bit heavier, but they said it's gonna get lighter and cheaper. Supposedly now that they're with Facebook, they say it's gonna be cheaper. We'll have to see, people. We'll have to see. Yeah, get out of my way. I rule this road. Yeah. Yeah. Man, just looking at the side of this truck, right where the edge of the truck meets the window opening, it's so close. Like, if you, all right, you can see how it's getting really close to my face. It clips a little bit when I turn too much, but man, that just looks so real to me. It looks like it's a real surface. I love it. I love it. Anyways, one of the things I noticed about this game when I watch other... Whoa. So I gotta keep going. When I watch other people play this game, the Fraps recording has a bunch of distortion all around the edges. And I think I noticed that on my own screen personally too when I was not in the Rift. I'm not seeing any of that distortion in the game, and I don't think anyone else is either. I think it's just something that shows up on the Fraps and on the personal monitor, but I don't have any distortion on the screen. Everything looks nice and smooth. If you do turn too close to the edge here, you get clipping, where you start to look into the 3D models, and it screws up a little bit, but it's not something you really come into a problem with. This is just so much fun. Who would have thought dropping off packages driving would have been fun? I feel like I've been playing for a while, so I am going to actually stop right here. And if you guys like this video, make sure you please hit the like button and help me out. And I'm going to leave you guys with the headset lens point of view. See you next time.